All right, so boom. This is a little mini documentary, a King Von story. You feel me? I ain't gonna give you no long one like Traplo rest, but I'm gonna give you some short. Heck, ask me why this music playing. I don't know. Nice why this beat playing in the background. I'm sure y'all familiar with it. Y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all familiar with it. But yeah, let's get it started. So, Davon Daquan Bennett, more commonly known as King Von, was an American rapper born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, which is sometimes referred to as Chiraq for its similarities, Iraq, and its murder rate and extremely high levels of gun violence. He was born on the south side of Chicago and was raised in Parkway Gardens Project, more commonly known as O Block. It's located at the corner of 64th and Martin Luther King Drive and is also sometimes referred to as 300. That's what every hood got a Martin Luther King Drive. And it's crazy. But anyway, stick with me. Just stick with me. Don't mind that. Von grew up around other famous artists from O Block, such as Chief Keef, and was childhood friends with rapper Lil Durk, who wasn't from O Block, but was always closely affiliated with its members. Growing up, Von was allegedly a member of the Black Disciples, the BD, and was given a street name Grandson because, quote, when I was in jail, I reminded people of King David, end quote. King David is referred to David Barksdale, the founder of the Black Disciples. He explained that in jail, people said he reminded them of the gang leader and how he handled himself in the street, and also mentioned that people told him they shared a similar demeanor as well. Von had a lengthy criminal history and had many run-ins with the law starting at an early age. He went to jail for the first time at only 16 and was arrested for unlawful possession of a firearm 2 years later. He also was alleged to have put in a lot of work for the gang and is rumored to have killed 4 to 5 people. They were saying way more than that, but, I'm just gonna leave it there. On April 11, 2014, 17-year-old Jakara K.I. Barnes, an alleged member of the GDs, and 2 other people she was standing with were killed by an unknown man wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans. Von will later be questioned for her death but was never charged. It will later be revealed by police that witness stated Von was the shooter, but apparently they did not have enough evidence to charge him with her death. But we're gonna keep going, guys. Barnes was apparently always a good student in school, but grew up around gang violence. She would mock her rivals, social media. Oh, sorry, guys. I said, stick with me. Do that and we'll restart that. She would mock her rivals on social media and began to grow a following for it. After her brother Taquan Tyler was killed back in 2012, she apparently became ruthless and sought revenge with his death. She was allegedly responsible for multiple deaths and was in over 20 different shootings, though her mother later said that when she asked Jakara about the rumors she was hearing about her daughter, she did nothing. On July 24, 2014, Von and his friend, Big Mike, were at a house party where they ran into a rival gang member named Malcolm Stuckey. Stuckey was a member of the Gang Disciples, GDs, a gang notorious for the violent history with the rival BDs. And rest in peace to Jakara, and rest in peace to Malcolm Stuckey, rest in peace to King Von. Stuckey and another man were allegedly given rude looks in Von's direction, and Von was not having a disrespect. He left the party with Big Mike and allegedly grabbed a .40 Smith & Wesson and returned to the party, shooting at Stuckey and the other man who was standing outside, killing Stuckey and a wounded other man. Big Mike agreed to testify against Von and gave a statement to police, explaining that he and Von allegedly hopped out of the car and chased them down. Mike apparently shot one of the men in the foot, and Von and Von allegedly shot the other in the face, breaking his jaw. Like I said, man, you gotta stick with me. I mess up a little, but I'm new into this, so give me a break, all right? Y'all can laugh at me in the comment section. I don't even care. Big Mike changed his mind and decided not to testify in court, and other witnesses didn't show up. And ultimately, Mike was sentenced to 28 years for aggravated battery with a firearm, while Vaughn was acquitted of all charges. Although Big Mike decided not to testify in court, the statement he did provide to police made them very suspicious of Vaughn and labeled Mike a snitch in the gang. Big Mike happened to be the brother of another rapper from Chicago named Wooski. Wooski grew up in O Block, but at some point started to hang out with the rivals in STL and EBT. Excuse me, guys. Which is an alliance that consists of two sets of GDs named St. Lawrence and E Block territory. The two blocks sit right next to each other and only a block away from O Block, and because of this, they formed an alliance against O Block and multiple other rival gangs decades ago. Wooski eventually had to move out of O Block after he allegedly shot and killed the BD from O Block when he was 12. After leaving O Block, he moved to STL EBT and quickly became close with fellow GD rappers such as FBG Duck, Lil J, and Lil Jojo. Rest in peace to FBG Duck and Lil Jojo. Wooski and Vaughn had a ruthless public feud against each other for years on Twitter. They went back and forth mocking fallen gang members and taunting each other, asking who will die first. King Op Wooski would tweet, "Laugh out loud, you gonna fall as well." At King Vaughn, V-Run will tweet at Wooski, "Not before you though." Wooski would tweet back, "We gonna see." These guys is crazy. In October 2018, Wooski was attending a funeral for his friend, Dooski the Man, and decided to step outside to smoke a cigarette. Upon leaving the church, he was met with a hail of Draco gunshots and was stuck in the head. Whoa, struck in the head. My bad, guys. He was rushed to the hospital and into emergency surgery and eventually pulled through. Wooski is still alive today, but after being shot in the head, he faces many deadly struggles and continues to work on his recovery. In 2018, after seeing the success of his friends like Lil Durk in the music industry, Vaughn decided to give it a shot himself. He was trying to turn his life around for the better and was encouraged to do so by his friends. Lil Durk signed him to his label, OTF, and released his first, released his breakthrough or breakout single, Crazy Story, on December 6, 2018. With the backing of his friend Lil Durk, the track almost immediately blew up and put Vaughn on the map. Having all the cameras on him was a hard adjustment for him to have to make at first, but he quickly got the hang of it with guidance from Durk. Vaughn continued to drop music throughout the next few years and continued to collaborate with his friend Lil Durk and quickly continued to grow his fan base. In June of 2018, Vaughn and Lil Durk were both arrested in connection with the shooting in Atlanta. Prosecutors alleged the two men robbed and shot a man outside a popular Atlanta drive and on February 5th, 2019. Both men were charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm and criminal intent to commit murder. Among other charges, though they were both able to post bail, Vaughn for $250,000 and Durk for $300,000. This only helped bring the fame to his name, as getting locked up often does for so many artists, and his career began to see new heights. He was going on tour with Lil Durk and was finally making money and not living in the street. Then on November 6, 2020, when Vaughn and his crew left Opium nightclub, headed to Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, since Vaughn was a felon and he had a pending case with Lil Durk, he was not able to carry a firearm. At around 2:15 a.m., Vaughn was tragically involved in an altercation with rapper Quando Rondo and his crew outside of the hookah lounge. The two groups began to argue and eventually shots were fired. Quando Rondo and Vaughn got into a fist fight. Quando Rondo's friend Lil Tim allegedly opened fire on Vaughn, striking him multiple times. Chaos immediately ensued. Lil Tim was shot at by one of Vaughn's friends. Two officers opened fire from two different locations. Tragic. Stick with me while I'm reading this, yo. My bad. Six men were shot during the entire altercation, and Vaughn, along with two other men, tragically passed away as a result of their injuries. Thankfully, the entire ordeal was caught on surveillance camera, and Vaughn's alleged killer, Lil Tim, was arrested for his murder by authorities. As quick as his career started, It wasn't it. And fans were left behind only his music. I mean, there's other things, but yeah, his fans was left behind with only his music and recordings. Despite his past, he was a very talented artist and deserved a second chance to turn his life around. Like most people should. His legacy lives on through his music. You know, this beat is very soothing. Yeah. We're gonna end the deal. Alright, guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think about King Von. Was he your favorite artist? Did y'all love him? Would y'all still want him here today? Would y'all want to hear more of his music? You know? Would y'all want to see him out here disrespecting the up, sliding on the ops, shooting alley-oops and 3 points? And, well, you know, let me know what you think. Hit that like, leave a comment. Make sure y'all hit that sub button, you know? I got more mini documentaries coming on the way. Hey, don't say nothing about my reading. Right now, you can say something about my reading, but don't say nothing about my reading. Alright? I'm a little, I smoke, you know, so, yeah. This beat is real soothing, so y'all gonna hear it. I'm about to check out, man, and I'm checking you in. Y'all check in with me, man, and then y'all can check out. Make sure y'all hit that sub button. And rough with your boy DT Capo, man. Drop the low.
And it's also where drill music began around 10 years ago. This is Boss Top. He's been here for a super long time, so he's gonna take us back to the very beginning where it all started.
So right now you in the 44, you in one of the gutterest building in the block. This motherfucker be the last building to get cleaned up. Oh, it's a roach. See y'all in the project. See that roach? That's a baby roach.
That's gonna get bigger.
That's gonna get bigger. Smoking the roaches and killing the rats. This bitch be dirty as hell. This building be dirty. I'm from this building. Bro, I used to be one of them motherfuckers that piss in the hallway and on the elevator too. I ain't gonna lie. My mom in the bathroom on BDNs, one bathroom in here. I'm going to piss in the hallway. I still won't touch the buttons on the elevator. I'm straight knuckles.
Cause you think there might be pee on it?
Spit, pee, and I used to do all type of shit to the elevator. I ain't taking no shit though in here. True that! True that! Come on! Love you, my nigga. Love you too, boy. My boy, true that. And true that, man. My nigga up in your hood, man. My nigga, true that. I ain't like a nigga in years, bro.
Hey, everybody, what's up? How's it going? What's up? How you doing, man? That's what's cracking like, you feel?
GDK. Come on. GDK. Folks came out of the folks, the youngest GDK member. He invented that shit.
To you, like, what is drill music?
We started the word drill with our music. Like, let's do a drill. We started that shit.
Like, how would you explain drill music to someone who doesn't know?
Music that make you wanna kind of get outside and go just be outside. You feel what I'm saying? Make sense? You get on going? Yeah. So yeah, it turn you up, it give you adrenaline.
Drill music is something that, I mean, in the grander scheme of things, you could see it as, you know, a hyper-violent offshoot of trap generally that, you know, sort of like came out of a very specific area.
I describe drill music as, it's violent, but mainly fiction. It's like realistic fiction music. So like, that's why I shot my video, 4K Troll, shot it right here in this park. Right here where you standing at, I shot it right here.
The lyrics are pretty intense in that song.
Grab my Glock, then I grab my mask and hop out, then I blast. But he ain't like, he pulled out his strap and started shooting back. It sound like it's compact to my, I got a double back, it's finna crack.
Yeah. But it's all entertainment, see what I'm saying? It's all for like the people. Like, cause like music nowadays is all about like controversial shit. Drama really makes money.
Back to that breaking news live from Chopper 2, a mass shooting, at least 6 people shot. This all happening at 65th and King Drive in Parkway Gardens.
So what was it like growing up in O-Block?
We had to grow up. We had to really grow up and grow up fast. All that little boy shit went out the window. Everybody around this bitch got PTSD. Everybody around this bitch saying somebody die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we had a brotherhood that can nobody come between. We not letting nothing happen to none of us. Marlo couldn't even beat up OD. We gonna fuck Marlo ass up, boy. You better not put your hands on folks, boy. For them to pull a pipe out, hold on. And it's the same way. Like, we got each other, boy. On old girl, we ain't got no daddies on BDN.
What can you tell us about the year 2011?
2011. I experienced like my first friend get killed. My best friend OD. He died in 2011.
In 2011, a Parkway Gardens resident named O.D. Perry, which O Block's now named after, was murdered, gunned down just outside the gates of Parkway Gardens. What was one of your favorite memories of you and O.D.?
Man, I got a lot of them bitches on. He had this crazy ass dog named 50, bro. On J Money, bro. I was scared of that motherfucker, bro. Like play with the dog. On Keita, I'm like, boy, I ain't playing with that motherfucking dog, bro. Y'all tripping. Motherfucker run up on me, boy, bird. It's your bitch ass on. Right now to this day, I still don't play with people dogs. I don't give a fuck if that bitch a chihuahua. Bro, get your dog before that bitch die. On game.
O.D.'s murder was allegedly in retaliation for the murder of Shondale Tuka Gregory, a rival gang member who lived just a few blocks away on 63rd.
It was the sad years of my life, because I had just had my first child and everything. I'm really like traumatized. Like, I ain't know if was I supposed to crash out or fall back. And my mom used to be talking to me like, man, you got a daughter. Don't be like these niggas, don't die.
How many friends do you think you've lost since then?
Over 10 dead on this gang. Like, 2 motherfuckers a year. I swear to God. Owen Platoon and motherfucking 11. Sherrod and Whitey and 12. You got LAN, J Money and motherfucker died in 13. My crowd gone. I gotta hang with up on them. I ain't gonna stunt. When it seemed like when folks died, folks' career took off. When O passed away, folks took that shit to another level. Chief Keef and Dirt and them came out. They lit this bitch up, you feel me? So it's like,
Shortly after O.D.'s murder, a close friend of his decided to make his first song, which would serve as an O Block anthem, to celebrate the life of O.D. and diss Shondale Tuka Gregory. This friend was named Keith Cozart, aka Chief Keef.
Hit a nigga up on give fuck, I do drugs till I'm dead.
O Block, Wick City, bitch.
Middle fingers to Shondale.
I get out. On my son, I get out. October 4th, 2011. This bitch get it going up. The block busting, I just got out. I get out, I see Platoon and White. Folks got cocky as hell. I'm looking, I'm like, how the fuck y'all let OD get killed? Platoon put his head down. He like, man, go take your daughter upstairs. I'm finna holler at you. I take my daughter up. I remember Inky D them came up there. Deep as hell, everybody coming, they happy as hell. Fat Mac and Stu get the showing out. They get the fight. Hey, Fat Mac, you remember I got out of jail, you want Stu start fighting that day? Him and Stu get the fight. Hey, phone them like, man, y'all showing out because folks just got out. Dirk and Reese come see me. I'm all right. I'm like, I'm feeling love like a motherfucker. I'm damn. Folks them come rap with me. I'm like, fuck O guy. How the fuck O die? You know they rapping with me. Boom, 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 boom. We talking all us and that bitch crying now. I'm like, damn. I just got out. We all crying right now. I'm like, the fuck? Fuck that. We ain't crying. We out here. We get outside.
In the next 2 years, Chief Keef would go from a young O Block rapper to one of the most commercially successful rappers in the world, with hits like I Don't Like and Hate Being Sober.
Don't like. Oh, definitely. Long as tighter. He's already tight.
Chief Keef made it more like global.
And before you knew it, white America was doing the hokey pokey to murder music and unknowingly singing along to the anthems of an actual gang war playing out in real time. For a year, the conflicts of O Block were a mystery to the general public. That was until one man came around and exposed the inner workings of Chicago's gang war to the world.
So 2010, 2011, I'm in college and I'm doing commentary about hip hop. I had some hot takes about like Kanye and Drake and stuff like that at the moment. So I was kind of gaining an audience. And I remember when the drill scene popped off and I remember doing a video on Keef and I was like, I love the music. So I'm reading the comments and everyone was like, you're not telling the full story. Okay, because like I'm going in there and I'm doing a quick video and I'm like, yo, all his ops is dead. You know what I mean? He's dissing them. It's over. You know what I mean? Like these guys, we don't even need to know their names. And everyone was like, well, no, they're not dead. And actually, the guys who he's dissing just killed his guys. They were talking about people like Lil J.
Screaming fuck OD.
They were talking about like the FBG gang.
Nigga fuck T-Roy and OD, them dead bitches.
I'm like, yo, nobody knows these people, like respectively, because they don't have a hit song. Chief Keef is going crazy with hit songs. So I made this page called The War in Chiraq, and I started covering basically just constant feuds that were happening.
It's
It's your boy DJ Academics, and now information has come to my attention. Now y'all know I call Lil Reese the Chirac Grim Reaper. Well, pretty much because every time you look through his mentions, you see a bunch of dead niggas. CBS Chicago is reporting that a 15-year-old boy, aka Little Nick from 600, was shot multiple times and then he was brought to a hospital where he was pronounced dead by the Cook County medical examiner. At least he died doing what he loved best. Someone actually told me that these guys actually keep score on killing and coonery within Chirac. The most valuable coon is probably a legit award. The war in Chirac never stops. The coonery never fucking ends. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
His War in Chirac series went viral, and the fans were now aware of the ongoing Chicago gang war, particularly as it pertained to the rappers involved.
How many people do you think have died in the war in Chirac?
Thousands.
This past weekend, at least 52 people were shot, 8 of them killed.
In the following years, between 2011 and 2020, 5,518 people were murdered in Chicago, to the amusement of self-proclaimed Chiracologists, who created a Reddit page, which now has over 175,000 members.
But I'd never seen a place where life was valued less than Chicago. To this day, I've never been to Chicago because of that.
I feel like things bad everywhere. Things just bad in Chicago because like this shit came like a movie to people. Like when it first got famous, people started like, it was like we was characters. Like damn, like you got me look like an assassin.
Drilling itself is an energy that once people latch onto that shit and you become invested in the story, it's like a soundtrack to a movie, and it sounds bad to say, but it's a soundtrack to a movie that you're watching live. You know, I'm looking at this not like on some voyeuristic like, yo, oh shit, this is like entertaining. I'm like horrified. What I try to do is satire, hoping that people could look at that and be like, that looks ridiculous. These dudes, like, they're disgusting, right? People took it and they ran with it. Everything I thought that people would be like, yo, this is some sick shit, they loved. We have a bloodthirsty audience, especially in music. The more people die, when someone gets locked up, their streams are through the roof. Music sales, going through the roof. Trust me. I was a driving force in getting some of these guys, other than Keith, eyes and attention and ears to some of their stuff.
Did you feel responsible for like inflaming gang tension on the streets by covering things?
Hell no. But let me tell you this, accountability is hard to take, man. They say, yo, well, you gave people nicknames. And when you gave someone a nickname of Grim Reaper, some other guy is going to start killing more to try to get that nickname. And I'm like, I don't believe I caused any murder. But if my videos, because they were popular, instigated any two parties, I'll take blame for that. But motherfucker, if you picked up the gun, I'm not taking blame for what you did, right? When I started covering war in Chirac, niggas was dying every day already. I was on Twitter watching people bleed out, and I was like, I can't believe this is, like people getting shot like dogs, bleeding down, everybody filming it. And then you go on social media and everybody saying, I'm smoking on the pack. So you gotta take blame for you doing that. The parents gotta take blame for not being in the kid's life. The cops gotta take blame for them basically just like throwing their hands up in the air and saying, let everybody kill each other. Like these motherfuckers, like, everybody wants an easy scapegoat.
Listen, stop acting like a bitch ass nigga and just fight, bro. Leave the pipes alone, fight. Oh, it's so fucked up now, it's like a 12-year-old just said, I'll pop you. So another 12-year-old. You like, bro, just fight him.
Why do you think that happens?
Cause yeah, motherfucker think it's about being a shooter or a killer. Music played a part. But music won 100% why everybody doing this. It's your fucking mama and your fucking daddy. You get what I'm saying? It's your mama and your daddy, bro. It usually be your environment, but it's your mama and your fucking daddy. It's about how you getting raised, blood. Like, raise your fucking kids right. Oh.
I don't think it's drill music at all, I promise you. If we was to take drill music away right now, and it be regular hip hop, it's still gonna be the same type of violence. Everybody wanna be a character now for the internet.
On social media, beefing, making threats, making crazy comments, like going on live, you know, it's like, you know, waving the gun in the fucking camera. You know, it's like, it's almost like a competition to see who can push it the furthest and get the most attention. Because, you know, there is a fair amount of clout chasing, and, you know, that is a toxic element.
In that way, do you think that drill is like bad for society?
No, because the thing is, like, the realities of what is being discussed in that music was there before the music was there. The music is just an expression of that. It's just a reaction to that. Like, when you're talking about inner city gun violence, you're talking about poverty, You're talking about poor education systems. You're talking about like low access to food. You're talking about low economic opportunities. Those are the kinds of solutions that you would need to apply to that situation.
If you could go back in time, would you make War in Chirac again?
You know, I've grown. Was it appropriate? Probably wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't do it again just because I think we're dealing with mental illness in Chicago. And when you see people are kids, these people who are doing murders, like Ronald No. 9 was like 17, doing drills and all that type of shit, it's easy to be outraged and also say, damn, how could you guys take a life so easily? But also you got to think about the cycle of mental issues that they're having, the trauma that they're suppressing.
After the success of the War in Chirac series, Academic's formula was replicated hundreds of times, creating a concentrated YouTube algorithm that turned gang drama into an online mega industry. One of the channels in this algorithm is called No Jumper, which is quite different from the War in Chirac, but nonetheless features many interviews with gang-related rappers.
Do you even know about gang shit when you first moved to Florida? When did you actually become a 5'5" Crip? You are widely known to be associated with the Hoovers. Some of the dudes who got caught up for this murder are like actual rappers who have videos out with many, many thousands of views. Again, like you say, a lot of the stories are hypothetical, but in this one, you actually mentioned that a specific rapper from Chicago called a girl 6 times while you were hanging out with her.
Right, it just ran. You see what I'm saying? The shit just become, man, you know.
So I went on the podcast and spoke to the host, Adam22, about the ethics of producing monetized gang content.
Do you think drill music is bad for society?
Yeah, definitely.
How come?
Because people are in gangs killing each other and making songs about it and making it sound super cool. And even me as like a 38-year-old fucking white man, I listen to it and I think that it sounds kind of cool, and I struggle with that. But definitely I think it's probably, as much as I like listen to it, it's probably got to be a net negative for society, right? Just the romanticization of violence in general.
Do you think you help make it look cool?
I don't know. I feel like when they're on a beat with a fucking 808 going crazy and they're able to like rhyme and make less sense, that probably is like when it sounds coolest. Because they don't really talk about that in interviews, right? I mean, most of like all the Chicago like gang members or whatever, it's like the amount of like street shit you're gonna be able to get them to talk about in an interview is pretty minimal in comparison to the stuff that they're essentially saying in their songs.
It just must be crazy because like you talk to so many people who like have died recently. Like you're like the last person to interview FBG Cash.
Right there. His name's on the wall.
Yeah. Do you feel any responsibility for like inflaming like gang beef by having so many gang members use this platform to promote themselves?
No, because I mean, I feel like this is a hip hop platform that long ago has kind of been clear to me that that's more or less the gist of what we're doing, you know? Like there was a long time where I didn't do any street shit, you know, in the beginning it was mostly like SoundCloud type stuff and more like avant-garde, you know, internet shit. We've gone more in that direction, and like a lot of like, it's also the direction rap's gone in. It's tough to get away from the fact that the fans just want what they want. You know, as a content creator, you kind of have to follow the incentives to a certain extent. It's just been taken to the point where the fans like want this shit to be real. They don't want to hear you say, I'll shoot you if you come near me. They want to hear you say, so-and-so from the other side got killed because he fucked with me. Like the fans are really drawn to that kind of immersion, I guess.
Whenever you grew up here, did you guys spend a lot of time in other parts of Chicago? Like did you ever go like downtown or to other areas, or were you mostly here?
I spent a lot of years inside this gate.
Have you been to like a Cubs game or anything? No. You guys want to go to the White Sox game with us?
Yeah, we're going.
Let's go White Sox! Let's fucking White Sox! Go Sox! Yeah!
Fuck the Cubs, fuck the Orioles, fuck the Yankees, White Sox.
White Sox! 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 Go Cubs! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox!
They represent the South Side pride, that blue collar man.
Like the South Side's way better than the North Side.
Never wear condoms unless you have to.
What's a situation in which you'd have to use a condom?
Every time.
Never.
I'm married, so I haven't actually used condoms in 15 years. Raw dog stands for Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow only.
Sorry, Boss Top. What do you think about condoms?
What I think about condoms? I got 6 kids right there.
Raw dog all day long. Jack Harlow is not my type.
What makes White Sox fans different from other fans?
Sometimes they wear white socks, but not on a regular basis.
Loyalty.
Why?
Why? Are you guys from Chicago?
No.
No? Exactly.
What do you think your most controversial opinion is?
Like, what do you mean about that?
For example, I believe that aliens have visited the United States of America.
Nice. So do I. I also believe that the earth is not round. I also believe that the government is hiding a lot of shit from us. I also believe that the government has taken over our country.
Like, you think the Earth is flat for real?
Huh?
You think the Earth is flat?
I mean, we have ideology, right? We have ideas. So, like, who are we to judge?
White Sox hamburgers, Comiskey dog, right here. We got 2 patties, 2 scoops of cheddar cheese, and we put the pico and dagaya on top. Say it ain't so, Joe. Hamburger, 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 hamburger.
What's your biggest fear in the world?
Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
How do you feel about the rapper Yeet?
He's all right.
Can you name 5 songs?
Turban, mad about that, sorry about that. Money is so big, and what's it called? Shit.
What's your favorite thing about Yeet?
It's the music.
What would you say if Yeet was here right now?
I don't know.
What would you say if you could be digitally connected with Yeet in some form? Come on, Yeet, answer the goddamn phone. God damn it.
We love Yeet! We made it. We actually made it here, guys. Fucking drink to that. We are like the epitome of sperm. We are sperm at its best.
You're a philosopher.
I consider myself a philosopher, yes. You guys want to hear my whole philosophy?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. You guys watching this? This is my philosophy. You just saw it happen. I didn't know that guy. I could not associate with him of any particle of my own being, but I let him go through because he's a fellow human being, you know. So his agenda, you got to consider that. And he wanted to go through. It wasn't negatively imperative to me, so I let him through. That's what I think we should all do, you know? Try to fucking make it better for everybody, if you can. Different team, might be the same team in the long run, we don't know. Might be different teams right now, could end up being on the same team, but, you know, right now, he's not on my team because I don't know who the hell he is, but we're both at the Sox game, so I guess we're not on the same team in that sense.
I need y'all for that documentary, for sure.
For sure.
I'm definitely do it. I'm really push out to him.